Hello, traders. Welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. I hope all of you are doing well. In trading, discipline is the difference between random results and consistent growth. Today, we'll look at how the market shaped up, what levels are important, and my trade plan for tomorrow. So stay tuned till the end. This one can set the tone for your next session. And if you find value here, don't forget to like the video, share it with your trading friends and communities that you might be a part of. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, successful trading is not about predicting the market, it's about preparing for it. And on that note, we'll get straight to the charts. But before we start the video analysis like we do always, a word of caution from my end. Tomorrow is the weekly expiry in Nifty. And anybody who is into Nifty option buying and trades the weekly expiries, please make sure to shift your trading to the next week's options. That is what I personally do, and I personally suggest everyone to do it. You might have to pay a slightly higher premium for your entries, but then again, this is in the best interest of your capital. You will thank me for it in the longer run, right? On that note, we'll start with today's video. I did not take any trades today because I my dad had got eye surgery done last week, and today was his follow-up visit at the hospital, so I had to go with him, and that is the reason I stayed out of the markets today. Although I was observing the markets while at the hospital, it takes an entire day around there, complete set of thorough checks and everything. So yeah, yesterday, what we had discussed was above this particular high, which was the high of 2 days high, right? So yesterday was an inside candle, and that is the reason we had marked this particular high, and the plan was to go long above this high with a pullback. The markets opened flat, what looked like a double top in the formation at the start of the day. But obviously, you need to wait for the structure to completely change, and for the structure to change, this low needed to be taken out, which did not happen. And then market slowly and steadily inched towards the day high, took a resistance from this exact high, small resistance, gave us a closing, gave us the pullback that we wanted, and a long entry could have been initiated. So in case if I would have been trading, I would have initiated a long entry around here. So this was the closing that we needed above the 2 days high, followed by the pullback. Now markets did go into a sideways zone after that. And in case if it would have broken down below this, it would have been a 2 days high, whatever the level that we have, it could have qualified as a breakout failure, and we could have taken a trade on the downside as well. But then it broke up on the upside. Although what I can see was that the movement was very, very sluggish, and anybody, if you would have traded today's uh, market, please let me know in the comments box how was the market today, how did the options behave. Now I was only looking at the spot chart, so no comments on the option behavior until unless I go out and have a look at the option charts. But I looking at the candles around on the spot chart, I believe the option prices would have been sluggish, but nonetheless markets gave a good move on the upside, and the market did give a dip around closing, and that is perfectly fine, could have been profit booking as well. But then again, the thing to observe here is the RSI divergence on 5 minutes and on just a second, 66.99. Yes, so there is a slight open-ended divergence, not an open-ended, but a confirmed divergence on the 5 minutes and 15 minutes chart of Nifty. So markets, while making a new higher high, RSI was making lower highs, which was a clear-cut sign of divergence. So we'll keep that into our mind for tomorrow. So yeah, only one trade could have been taken today around here, which was this. Now, a lot of it would be depending on how you manage the trade post the entry. Now, because I was not actually trading, I will not be the right person to comment on how exactly the trade went. But yes, in case if you guys traded anything, put it down in the comments box and we'll review it. For tomorrow, we'll be deleting this. We don't need this either. All right, so point to be noted, we are inside the zone, which is a weekly fib level. So this is a weekly resistance on Fib, and we might expect the market to give us some resistance, take some resistance around these levels. But our plan of action will be very simple. We'll not be predicting anything. We will be preparing for all possible scenarios. Scenario number one, market opens flat, gives us a closing above this with a pullback. We can look for a long entry. Market for a short entry, try to understand here now. This is a good enough structure where this low was not breached. And if you kindly look for it, is not exactly a W pattern because W pattern should form at a bottom. So this is a good W pattern, but this is not a W pattern. But still, this low is important for me, and that is the reason why for taking out my daily fib levels, I will be using this low. So this is the 0.5 to 0.618, and I'll quickly change this color because now this will be acting as a support. All right. Around here, whenever the market comes around here, say for example, we open either flat or with a minor gap down. If we are taking a support around here or we are forming a positive price action around here, we can look for a long entry at this place. Below this, we are looking for a definite short entry. Tomorrow's expiry can be tricky. Last expiry went extremely sideways. It was a good expiry for option sellers. So tomorrow we can expect some fireworks. Keep an eye on the open interest and also keep an eye on the weekly expiry trade, which can take place after 2 p.m. It is a good trade to take. And in case if you're not aware of it, you can go and check out in the monthly expiry video of June month. Yeah, the thumbnail will be monthly expiry special June end. You can go and check the date in the calendar. And in that video, I had explained that particular setup. How do I use it? It is basically nothing but observing the open interest. Try to find out which levels have high levels, high number of or high amount of call or put writing, and then once the prices try to go and break out above those levels, are those people getting trapped and are those people exiting their positions because of their stop losses being hit? And that is the move that we want to capture, be it a short covering or a long unwinding. Whatever is the move, either on the upside or downside, we can capture using the keen eye on observe the change in OI, not just the OI, but the change in OI. And that is something. So, in case if you are new to this particular setup, my suggestion would be to watch it for a couple of uh, weeks, couple of expiries before actually trying to trade it. But it's a nonetheless, it's a good setup which offers a very good risk to reward. So you trade the entire first half of the day in the following week's expiry, and whatever profits you have, you risk a part of it as hero zero options, obviously in lower quantities in the current week expiry. Only and only if the setup is permitting the same. It is not that okay, you have had a profit in the morning and now you'll go and buy cheap options. Absolutely not. The OI has to show the data, and only once we get a confirmation from the market is when we look at taking that trade on whichever side the market is showing the entry. Okay. And needless to say, above this level, we will be long. Now, for me, the daily bias is on the long side as of now. So any trade that I will be looking at or taking it on a short side, I will be taking it with in lower quantities. Just trying to see in case if there's any trend line, but then trend line is too steep. I'll not be taking it into consideration. Yeah. So yes, any trade on the short side is something which I will be taking with a low amount of quantity with a very strict stop loss, and I will be very quick to take the stop loss if triggered. I'll be very strict with my stop loss, as well as in case of uh, trade going into profit, I will be trailing it very tightly as well. So yeah, I that's it from my side for tomorrow. We'll keep the video very short, and all the best for tomorrow's expiry. Play it safe, plan your trades, trade your plan. That should be the motto for every one of you who want to make it serious with trading. And yeah, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. post the weekly expiry, and again we'll be discussing the same. And so yeah, that's it on my side for today. This is your Nifty Guy signing off. Cheers and thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much.